Alright, welcome everybody to a short video by Dahniska. In this video, I'm going to take a little bit of time looking at some old gameplay of Shadows of Evil that I have, and we're going to talk about a subject which I've been kind of annoyed about, but haven't said anything about for quite a while, and let's just get right into it. So the subject that we're going to be talking about today, don't mind my background sounds, is the Shadows of Evil sword. So I already went through Twitter a couple months ago and wrote a post about it. So let's give a little backstory as we go, and we'll talk about this. Basically, Shadows of Evil from the very start has had problems with the sword, which is its special weapon. And basically this weapon is one of the best, if not the best, special weapon in Black Ops 3 Zombies. It kills lots of zombies very quickly. It's very, very effective. You can get close to 100 kills for a sword use if you're in the right place and the zombies are spawning at full speed, and it makes it a very useful weapon. Now, as we've known from Black Ops 3's history, they've had a couple different special weapons, notably the skull, the gravity spikes, and the sword, that have been pretty important to high round gameplay. And the sword is probably the most important of them all to high round gameplay, along with the skull, where you literally are using this weapon as much as you possibly can to get kills. That is its purpose in the game. So the sword has had a bunch of different issues since the game launched. There was a problem where you would teleport with the sword being active and your game would have a connection interrupted and you die, or whatever. And then Treyarch kind of fixed that and made the sword get a little bit smarter about returning to you. But the sword is unique among special weapons in that, first off, it's got two forms. It's got a basic form and an upgraded form. The basic form is similar to the gravity spikes. We're not really going to talk about it too much. But the upgraded form is different, and it flies around basically like a little sidekick, similar to the Baby Dragon in Gord Crovey, and kind of reminiscent of Mob of the Dead's Tomahawk, but on steroids. So where's the problem with the sword? Okay, well, basically here's what it is. During my many times playing Shadows of Evil solo, I found by accident that it was possible for you to do a sword duplication glitch. So here's basically, I'm showing in this video, the most common way that the sword duplication glitch can happen. Now understand that there's more than one way to do it. It's also possible under other conditions to get a duplicate sword, but the most common one, which is able to replicate in a game, is to use turned alternate ammo type, and you need to basically shoot a zombie and hopefully turn it right as the sword is about to attack the zombie. The sword will not be smart enough to figure out that the zombie is a friendly and will keep trying to kill that zombie until it runs out. Or should I say, until the zombie dies. So what this means is the sword basically prioritizes getting that kill over everything, including returning to you. So when the charge for the sword runs out, normally it would return to you and you would recharge the sword and you'd use it again. But with the turn zombie, it keeps trying to kill that turn zombie until the zombie dies. It doesn't know anything else. It has that one goal in its mind and it keeps that. So where this is a problem is that if the sword's about to finish its charge, it's still going to keep trying to kill that turn zombie even after the charge has expired. And when that happens, that sword is going to be getting kills, and the kills that it gets are killing the zombies, just like normal, and they also double as getting kills that will fill the sword's meter up again. So what happens when the sword does this, and the zombies are spawning really quick? Well, it's possible for the sword to recharge itself completely before the turn zombie even dies. And what you can do is throw out a sword, another sword, which will then kill zombies. And when the first sword finally returns to you, the game thinks, oh, I don't know about having two swords, but I know that a sword just came back to me, so I'm going to reset the charge or whatever and allow the sword to charge itself normally. And what this does in the gameplay that you can see in front of you is it allows for there to be two swords, where basically one of them fills the other one up while it's being used. So you basically have a self-refilling double sword glitch, which is 100% clearly not intended to be in the game. It goes against everything that we've seen in any patch or update from Treyarch. It goes against the basic appearance of the weapons itself. Clearly special weapons aren't meant to be constantly used. They're supposed to recharge, and that's why other weapons like Blast Furnace kills and Apothecon Servant and other things are able to recharge them. They are not meant to be the only weapon that you use. But due to this sword duplication glitch, you can have an infinite use of a sword by constantly swapping back and forth, having two swords which you are not supposed to have. Now, there's been a problem on Twitter and other places where people have been mistakenly calling this a turned glitch. As you can see in the video, turned works perfectly fine and is perfectly normal. So it's doing the same thing it would be doing on any other map. There is no problem whatsoever with turned, and turned is not to blame for this problem that the sword has. The real problem is that the sword is buggy and it doesn't know that, you know, it's got to stop trying to kill a zombie when the zombie's friendly. So people have been mislabeling this as a turned glitch and trying to make turned be banned on Shadows of Evil. I very much disagree with this. I think it's quite clear that turned is meant to be an alternate ammo type, an effect inside of the game, but people are misusing the double sword, and that is leading to an issue. I'm making this video to clear it up 100%. You can see in this footage that it's possible for you to have two swords and to stop having two swords. The option to have two swords is a decision that the player themselves makes, because you have to throw out the sword yourself after there's another one already out for you to be able to have two. It's not possible for there to be two swords unless the player themselves wants there to be two swords. Turned does not actually make that happen, and people have been just acting like having a turned zombie instantly means you're going to have two swords. That's not true at all, and I've played plenty of my games on Shadows of Evil, going for high rounds, where I've been using the turned effect, and that has not been something that came up. So I'm basically leaving this video just to show you guys that this sword duplication glitch is a problem. You can see how it normally happens. You can see what it does, what it looks like, and I've shown in the video the two different things you can do. You can either choose to make it a second sword, which I show you can do in this video, and you can also choose to not have a second sword, meaning that this problem is effectively a problem with the people that are playing the game and with the sword, and it's not a problem with the turned effect, which I don't believe deserves banning under any situation. Alright guys, thank you for your time. I hope you appreciate this video, and leave a like if you want, but go ahead and have some discussion if you would like in the comments or elsewhere. I don't believe that turned itself needs to be banned from playing in Shadows of Evil, because it's a perfectly normal alternate ammo type that makes the map playing faster and more risky, but it is faster. But there is a problem with the sword duplication glitch, and I'm pretty sure that Treyarch did not intend for there to be two swords in the map for one player, and I'm pretty certain that it's very easy to avoid doing this sword duplication glitch by simply choosing to not do it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is Dahniska. I am out.